this generation, they have a lot on their shoulders, actually. They really do. And if you have a college student, give them some grace. It is a lot on their shoulders. I feel like they have been more privy. They've been more, privy to a lot of outside clutter, a lot of noise than we were privy to at our age. And because they are able to, in this social media world, everybody's comparing themselves to each other. And so I really believe that college students need grace.
Education is very important to you.
Mm-hmm.
You were a professor at 2 universities.
Mm-hmm.
What do you teach, and what is next for you in your arena that you're in now?
All right. So I teach business. I'm in the B school, and I also teach strength and wellness.
What kind of business do you teach?
So I have classes like business research, international business, principles of management, management 471. Essentially, the one that I have now, and I just looked at the clock, it's 11:15. They had a minimum 20-page paper due by 11 o'clock. I pray when I wake up tomorrow that I don't have emails talking about, oh, my pinky toe broke. But anyway, I'm digressing. My pinky toe broke. So, yes, but I do teach business. And right now I'm teaching business research, and it's about writing and being able to do quality research paper in the qualitative or quantitative aspect. So, yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's awesome. Well, what are the things that you're learning from your students now that they're pretty much taking a course from you and they're trying to become better versions of themselves?
Right.
What is it that you're instilling in them?
Timeliness. I'm really big on time. So I have one class that starts at a particular time. They have 10 minutes because life does happen. They have 10 minutes to get there. And if they do not get there within that allotted 10 minutes, then they're not allowed to come to class. And I have a strict rule for that because that's my flaw. And I don't want other students to have that flaw because I was reading something on in LinkedIn where the guy, he came to the interview early. And when he came to the interview early, he didn't even know that he was talking to his interviewer. And because he came early and he had the talk, he was able to already, make his way. And he ended up getting the job just by the timeliness. And so I understand the process of punctuality. Also, I hope that I give I'm regular degler. I always say I'm regular degler. What I'm doing, you can do. And as long as you're willing to take the failures and build on them, not let them push you down, you're going to be good because nothing is easy peasy. Lemon squeezy, nothing it's really not. Like there's going to be work into this. There are days where I'm doing the curriculum where I am grading and I have a lot of students this semester. And if they really all meet that minimum that was due by 11 of 20 pages, I'm going to be up reading a lot of papers, so. But that's the best part about it, to see my students come back and say, Professor Williams, can you write me a recommendation? Professor Williams, you know what? What we learned in class, I ended up implementing that in my everyday life. That makes me happy when they come back and say, oh, Professor Williams, I like you so much. Or, oh, I love your course. That makes me happy to know that they're just not sitting in my class. They are learning something. And the goal is for them to be able to implement that in their everyday life.
Well, what got you into teaching in the first place?
So I've always wanted to do this, really. My mom, she was in education. Hillary's in education. And I've always wanted to. So funny. I met a girlfriend. I went to the PhD project. So I want to put this on. If you are interested in getting your PhD and it's in business, because there's a small number of blacks and, minorities, black and browns in the PhD business portion, right? And so they have it's called PhD project. It's usually every year in Chicago. You apply for it. And once you apply, You are able to go. They cover your cost of your flight, your everything, and they give you the opportunity to meet different individuals who have their doctorate degree. You go to panels and all of that type of stuff, right? So one of my mentors, he was like, Britt, you're really good. I'm good with public speaking. He said, I was like, I think I want to get my doctorate degree. I think I really do. And he was like, why don't you try this PhD project? And I ended up meeting my girlfriend there like eons ago. And I said, whatever I do, whether I have a doctorate or not, I will be in the classroom. I will be in the university setting. And because I have knowledge and I want to share it, I want to give the students, a person who looks like me, the ability to say, hey, you know what? If she could do it, I could do it too. You really can, sis. You really can, sir. You really can. And if you're willing to put the work in, yeah, we need people, young people.
Okay, so what is it that you've learned from our younger generation, and what are they better at? And also, what do you feel like they lack
Ooh, I don't know.
compared to our generation? So it's like, what is the benefits that you actually see when you look in a class? Like, oh wow, these kids actually have it
The
better than.
technology, the creativity. They're very creative. The technology, their ability to work, and they're smart. They're really smart. And the right kids don't mind working. I can't say that all of my students are great, but there's different levels of work ethic in my classes, and but that's awesome too, right? Because you need some of everybody. Because there's that book that say the C student is always going to be the CEO. It's not the student that has the A's and the B's. It's the C student that ends up owning the company and having A and B students work for them. So there's that too. And for me, I'm looking for, are you trying? Are you consistent? Do you show up? So this generation, they have a lot on their shoulders, actually. They really do. And if you have a college student, give them some grace. It is a lot on their shoulders. I feel like they have been more privy. They've been more, privy to a lot of outside clutter, a lot of noise than we were privy to at our age. And because they are able to, in this social media world, everybody's comparing themselves to each other. You got these 20-year-olds on here talking about, I'm a millionaire. And then you got 20-year-olds in college who can barely go to the food hall. So that's a question too. Should I just drop it all and, get on Instagram? And what am I doing here? They're trying to find themselves. And so I really believe that college students need grace. They really do. And they need a support system and mental health too. It's important. They should start now going to therapy. Everybody should go to therapy. I go to therapy. Everybody goes to therapy. However, it should be a conversation piece about going to therapy. Like, it's okay. It's okay to go to therapy. It's okay to find a safe spot to converse. And I feel like once they settle that portion, that generation, then they'll be able to excel. But there are some smart kids, though. Really smart, articulate. They have really high goals, high standard for themselves. I look forward to seeing what this generation does. And they're very progressive. Yeah. So,
Yeah. So how do you get them to get on board with what you're teaching? What methods do you use that they're able to actually look at you and it translates and they get it? And how tough is it to actually have that respect in the classroom where they're actually listening to you?
yeah, that's a good point. For me, I come in all business in the beginning. I'm all business, no play. And that's because I want to set the foundation that I'm in charge, in the sense of like not showboating. I'm in charge because I do believe in servant leadership. I mean it in the sense of I am your professor. And yes, I may look young, but I am quite knowledgeable and I can probably be your mama. So, and I love what I do. And so I want to set that type of foundation. And here in this class, we are wealth knowledge seekers. We seek knowledge. We are kind to each other, and we are going to be. I teach at HBCU, so I'm going to use the term Black excellence in everything that we can do, and keep in mind that Black excellence is going to vary from day to day, because tomorrow you might only be able to give 10%, but that doesn't mean that you didn't operate in excellence because that's all you had to give. The next day might be 80%. All right. That's your excellence for the day. So yeah, I definitely go in with a firm hand. And as the semester trickles down, they're like, oh, okay, once that stage is set, then I'm able to say, hey girls, because I love my girls. Hey students, I love what I do. It makes me happy. I look forward to going to school. I do. They keep me young. I will say this. It was homecoming, and have you heard of G Herbo?
Yes, I know G Herbo, the rapper. Yes.
I didn't.
Okay.
And I was like, Herb, and he was like, he's from Chicago and this and that and da 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 da. I had to go and Google this so I could be prepared. You know what I'm saying? Because they were like, G Herbo's coming, G Herbo's coming. I was like, who, Herb? I was like, who? Okay. Like, they literally keep me young.
Okay.
Like, I stay young because, like, their breath of fresh air, that's our people. You know what I'm saying? Those are the people that are going to rule when we're trying to get Social Security, if they don't take it all. When we're trying to get Social Security, those are the people that, are going to be ruling the nation, ruling the world.
Yeah, I don't think Social Security is going to exist when we're old anyway.
It's not. Yeah. It's not.
But it's okay. But, even the people before us were, this is what they had to experience, and they were doing what they could to put themselves in a better position. So that was the best option for them. Yeah. We know what is the best option for us, and we're still trying to figure it out. What do you feel like the best option for these kids and what they really need to dive into to make sure that they get to that level where they belong? What is the most important things they should really get into?
Whatever it is that they're interested in. And I say that because there is no set direction. Oh, this kid needs to do this. Nah. It is not, the kid might not even have to go to college. It is all about what you are interested in, what gets you passionate, what you are good at, what you can do without having to blink an eye and probably make money off of. What is that? What is that God-given skill set, talent that God gave you? And whatever that is, that's what the kid should do. It's very simple. A lot of people try to put this pressure like, oh, they need to do this. They need, what is a kid good at? Because that's what they're going to excel at, because it's something that they like to do. It's something that they can, that's concept of, doing this job. I can do this particular job and not feel like I've ever worked because it's something that I love to do. I'm good at. This is a talent that God gave me. And I know from when I have kids, yes, I'm going to be a doctorate, and yes, I'll be a professor. However, kid A, if you don't want to go to school, okay, cool. Show me a business plan. What do you want to do? What are you good at? You know what I'm saying? I want to hone into their skill set and their God-given talent. And I know for sure I'll have a kid that's going to go to college. Yeah. But even if, for the one that doesn't want to go to college, people shun away from like, oh, he's just a what is it? The guy that fixes sinks, the electrician, or he's just the plumber. What? Those people make money. Those are skill sets that are a dying breed right now. People are like, oh, I'm too this or too that to do this. That takes skill set. That takes practice. That takes hours. 10,000 hours, I'm sure they put into that. Oh, I don't, that guy, he just mows my lawn. What? It takes practice. It takes time to get the equipment up. You got to have a business plan. You got to have business credit. And so for me, I see past just the normal, oh, corporate America job, oh, doctor, lawyer. Nah. Mm-mm. What is it that you're good at, that you're interested in, and that I can help you get there?
You have your professional goals. Where do you see yourself in the next 10 years?
Successful, with a family, with my doctorate degree, in my
Doctorate in what?
strategy business. So
Okay.
I would focus in strategy.
Doctorate, PhD.
Yes,
Okay,
yes, yes.
gotcha.
And kids, 3 kids, minimum.
Okay.
I'm all about as many as I can spend quality time with my kids, right? So people are like how many I can afford, that part, but also how many I can spend quality time with. Because you can have all the money in the world, but heck, you're working so hard that you don't get to spend the time with them. So how much is my time like? How much is my freedom like that I can invest in my kids? And so, yeah, 3 kids. I already said doctorate, I already said successful, billionaire. You hear me, God? God, do you hear me? Billionaire. um, Married, of course. Yeah, to the love of my life, and that individual will be my purpose partner. He will also be my business partner too. We're gonna make money together.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna do business. We're gonna make money together. Happy, in love. 10 years. My mom, my sister will still be here. Surrounded by family. Yeah, I see myself in a really great place.
So why continue to pursue greatness when you could just be content? You've accomplished so much. You traveled all over the world. Gosh, that would be a whole nother episode.
Yeah.
But why continue to still be great?
Why not? I'm still alive. God's waking me up every day. Um, I'm not. I don't have the capabilities to buy a Rolls Royce yet. So this means there's much more. I'm not on the Forbes list. When I wake up, I'm not on the news because I walk down the street. So I'm not there yet. I got so much more to attain. I don't have a book. I'm not like a New York's best time seller. I got to keep pounding the pavement because there's so much more to attain, Like, why not? Why not reach for the stars and try my best to capture everything? Well, I take that back. I don't want everything. I just want what's meant for me. And I don't want to get to heaven and God be like, girl, you know you was going to be bigger than Oprah. And I'm like, what? Why did you become complacent? What happened? Like, why were you content with average? And I'd be like, man, nah. And then, the type of guy, she go like, girl, look at this. This could have been you. I'll be like, God, I'm in heaven. Why are you doing me like this? So I don't want to get up there like that. I want to get up there empty. I want to get to heaven where I'm empty. I've used all my talents. I've used all my gifts. I have a legacy that's left behind me, and I'm empty. I've done everything on earth that God has sent me here to do. So that's why, because I'm not done yet. I'm just getting started.
That's what's up.
Hey.
Well, Britt, thank you for having a simple conversation with me.
You know what? I got to tell you, thank you for having me. And I want to go on record and say that you are good at your craft. You are really good. You're good at your graphics. You're good at this. And I hope you continue to pursue this. And I can't wait to see what you accomplish in the next 10 years because I know it's going to be great. I know it's going to be phenomenal. And I can't wait to see it because you're good at this. You like this. And so I remember when you were telling me that you were going to do this.
That's wild, right?
Yes. No, seriously. Like, I remember you telling me. You're like, yeah, I'm going to, I got my house now. I'm going to get a podcast room. And I remember you selling the car to get here. And so you're here. And so I'm hearing your dreams and your goals and aspirations now. And so I can imagine what's the next step for you. And Godspeed, sending blessings your way. And thank you for having me. And so I do want to leave a couple things. Please check your AMH levels. Please go to the gym. If you don't want to go to the gym, walk, do something, move your body. Please watch what you eat. All of this exercising is good, but if you're digesting trash, it's never going to work. And if you're wondering about abs, they're made in the kitchen. You can do a million ab exercises. It's all about what you're eating. Please be kind to yourself, be kind to others. And most importantly, for your mom, dad, I really want to impress upon everyone. Call them, video them, take pictures with them, because when their time comes, it comes. We never know our time. So those are my 5 things, and always operate in excellence.
Thank you for sharing that. I appreciate it.
Yes, of course.
And to end the show, I wanted to do something different that I've never done before that just came to my head.
Okay. What are we doing?
I want to do a push-up contest.
What?
I want to do push-ups here right on the camera and see if I could do more push-ups than you.
See, this is what I'm talking about, ladies. As a bodybuilder, you see how men act? This is what I encountered.
It's always a competition. It's always got to be this way.
You wanted to know about my dating life. You see how I'm not even dating you. You see what this is? See how men act?
You know what? How about
dressed.
this? You know what? I'll wait till we could always do another episode, and then maybe we can do some content to where we're actually doing competition. That would be fun.
We're still in competition?
Always.
I only do competition in the gym. Gym. I don't you see my makeup? Don't you see my daily blingy earrings? Don't you see my red pretty dress?
But don't you see these muscles right here that could just go ahead and take you on? No problem. I'm here for it. You know what? It's all good. Let's just end the episode and go to sleep. I'm tired. We've been talking for a while. Thank you for having simple conversations with me, Britt. This has been amazing. You're awesome.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
And thank you for being vulnerable, sharing your story and what's going on in your life. And I hope that someone who watches this is able to be touched by it.
Me too. I hope they're inspired. So thank you. Blessings.
Yes. All right.